What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the house. I have a lot of potential new sponsors, and there's a big block of miscommunication of what happens when you sponsor Zodiac or my channel. So I want to have an open, honest, and public conversation about what a sponsor gets when they do sponsor Zodiac or my channel independently, and what they should expect of me. With Yu-Gi-Oh! Singles, I had in my contract that I would never have my media influenced by them. When I featured them, they were honestly the best deal. Even if you give me a discount code where I get a personal stake in making money off that discount code, I will only feature you when you're beating eBay and TCG Player on certain cards, and it's actually a deal for my audience, or potential deal for my audience that they might want to take. Now, when you sponsor the Zodiac tournaments and Zodiac Duelist, you get featured on Zodiac's banner, and I put each and every one of them up above me for free. Not because I like to feel important and have all these flashy sponsors, but because all they're doing is giving product to the community for exposure and doing something awesome for the community, giving back to the community with completely free tournaments. I think warrants them getting extra exposure on my channel. That's what I want to continue giving back to them. As long as they're good names in the community and they continue to give back to you guys, I want to continue to give back to them every single time. None of them have in their contract that they get to be on my channel consistently. In fact, if they come up to me and ask for something on my channel, I'll either say, yeah, this seems like a good idea. I want to give this to my audience and let them see it for themselves and ask what they think. Or, no, I don't think this is good. You've got to start beating the current market value for me to feature you at all. So a lot of sponsors coming up are saying, hey, I get featured in Market Watch, right? Hey, can I put this or that? No, that's not how it works. That's why I feature somebody like Core TCG when they do their Black Friday deals, and they're beating everybody's asses sometimes in those. That's why I feature Troll and Toad's Hot List, because it is hot sometimes, and it actually gives me a different look at the market because it's through volume by their sales that things appear on there. And also when they're packing open pre-release things, they haven't ripped open the packs yet. They're guessing at ratios, and you can get deals on stuff like Sky Striker, Mobilize, Engage last time during their pre-sales. They don't really know what's coming, and they heavily underprice at times, and it can be an interesting discussion point. Just because you list your stuff first online doesn't mean I'm going to talk about you unless you're a consistent source that constantly hits near on pre-sales. That being said, if you do want to reach out to sponsor the channel, you can hit up the Facebook link down below, or talk to myself or Robbie Cole about Zodiac. Otherwise, that's kind of the deal. You gotta be doing good and get good to be on Market Watch. So let's go ahead and jump into Market Watch. I promise, yeah, we still got a Market Watch for you boys. So, Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon is up. A little bit of Blue Eyes hype, and it's not from that movie pack re-release. We have a new set coming out, right? Legendary Duelist, White Dragon Abyss, with Kaiba on the front. So, Spirit Dragon's seeing a little baby bump in the market, and is getting bought out in several places. You see a lot of Ultras actually still listed over on TCG Player, but when we look up Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon first, there's only 17 listings, period, and first would indicate that it's gonna be the secret rare, because typically that's what has first. I believe it's a promo out of the Megatons for the other version. So let's actually remove that first and see how many total, including the Ultras, are on the market. 82. Way bigger than that small 17 for the secrets. But the secrets are slowly disappearing from the market. It's cheaper on TCG Player right now. You can make your choice. Hey, these are going. Maybe I want to list mine and make a sale before they're all gone. Or maybe I should pick that up now before it gets a little more hype with it, because with the Megaton promo out, when's the next time this might see a reprint? It could just see a reprint right here in Legendary Duelist, but that's just me. So a little bit of hype on the OG rarity, because, well, that's less likely to just fall flat on its face, and why people might be more timid to buy out the ultra rare overall, which is staying more near market price over here. Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon, the Ultra Unlimiteds are listing on market around 20, a little fall, we should say. The gold rare being more expensive probably won't last, even with the higher quantity of the ultras. I think the gold's destined to eventually fall under the unlimited ultras, but tons and tons of sellers coming out and listing at the $20 mark. So will this continue to fall further? This set's just released. I don't think it's going to be massively ordered. I think over time, if we don't see another Blue Eyes alternative reprint, which is unlikely since it's the main card to sell the movie pack, and they just re-released a special edition of it that they need to clear out of the warehouse someday, I think it's highly unlikely we see another reprint of this in here. I would be ecstatic, stoked, and surprised if they did. But I could more see a Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, but being a Megaton promo, it could also miss the mark for reprints in Legendary Duelist here. What do you guys think is going to be printed in here for Blue Eyes? Speaking of how am I making money since I'm losing Yu-Gi-Oh! Singles in that promo code, well, the t-shirts are back up. I'm only going to sell until we've sold 100 of these and then pull it off of the market. So get your first edition What's Good YouTube t-shirt with that classic John Gasm on the front. And I'm not going to be reusing this design. This first edition t-shirts, those of you waiting for the unlimited version, it's not going to be there. It's $20, so if you're shopping around Teespring for other tubers, you can get a little cheaper shipping when you're getting multiple items. Might want to come and pick yours up today. Link will be down below if you want to support your boy. Vision Hero Vion is actually relatively stable. This is surprising to me. It has actual sales at 12, but if we actually go through its sales, we see like this trending decrease in its actual sales price, and people are having to list lower and lower to sell it overall. So versus the listing of cheapest at 13, I believe. Let's make sure that's price plus shipping low, so that's a little weird. $12.50, 13, 14, quickly going back up. It seems that its actual sales rate is around 12, and I still think, despite everybody talking to me about it, that it'll probably be in the legendary deck, but if it misses the mark there, you guys got a really good pickup even at the $12 mark. So place your bets on your horses. Are you going to gamble for it or not? My bet would be that it's in the legendary decks for the hero deck, but I do get a lot of people saying, oh, it's going to be based around Destiny heroes. I don't think it'll be in there. It's generic hero support. I personally think it'll be in there. Destiny Hero Malicious, I think, also will similarly be in there, but people just don't want to wait to play heroes. They want to play it, and they want to play it now in regionals and events at the 200th. Malicious has spiked on almost all fronts, back up again, even for the commons, so you might want to get rid of yours sooner than later, in my opinion, especially if it is a Destiny Hero themed deck, because how would they be missing this card? Well, you never know. It is Konami. But my bet, again, would be on this being in there. So I understand wanting to keep it and play with it now. But if you got extras, you might want to go common digging or looking through your Destiny Soldier pulls, because you got some pretty pennies over here with Malicious. Mass Changes, I did call it a long time ago, has bumped up more than Baby Bump, bumped up pretty significantly to $8 overall since the list. I hadn't really stopped to take a look at this. I believe it was much, much lower last time I featured it, and I said, this is probably a good pickup for the future, especially with Solid Man coming out. Well, now it's looking pretty, and I doubt the supers are going to fall rapidly. At worst, maybe back towards $5. I really can't see it sinking past $5 again, but if you have the Duelist League rares, I actually think these are pretty cool rarities for them too. They all seem to be above $5 over here, so Mass Change Supers, maybe something you hadn't considered with all this hero hype, worth a decent chunk once again with very few listings overall on the market. 13 prices here, 12 prices here. Evenly Matched has gone all the way up to 30 in just a couple days. I'm sure a ton of people grabbed theirs for the 200th. At this point, though, if they're going offline, it's not people going to the 200th that are grabbing these. It's just that continuing to run out. 14 prices with how many people open the Megatons? That's insane. I get a lot of people ended up selling this card to try to make the money back on the tins immediately, but I called this being like Solemn Strike of past, and that it would raise from 20 to 30, and I figured it would go through that route. Well, here we are. It's still cheaper on eBay, though. It's not a true 30. We see 25, 26, 27. It's really this odd culture that's continuing to buy on here for the 27 mark, or maybe people pulling their listings, question mark. But over here, it's a while before it hits 30 overall. So it is still trending towards that way. you kind of have to decide to get yours now or not before it keeps going up, it feels like. Evenly Matched, a really good card, evaded the ban list. Similarly, we've seen Firewall actually sticking its pricing as well. So Megatons seem really solid this year compared to years past. You know, last year's having no card over $5 currently versus a lot of cards sticking up here for now. Not bad, Megatons, not bad. We lost Goblin, and Brilliant Fusion is going up here. I don't know that people are randomly going to start playing that engine. You inherently play a couple of bricks that you don't want to draw when you're playing the Brilliant engine. But the secret rares are up all the way to $7 out of Battles of Legend with only 8 prices left. And over here on eBay, it says near mint, but boy, does that look bent as all get out. Before we do see other 5, 6, etc., and then up to 7. So almost off eBay as well with 8 results. If you have Secret Brilliant fusions, you picked up the engine pretty well, because originally these were $3 and have just been consistently going up over time. Now, people asking me if it's false hype because Secret Seraph Knight's still here and low and not going up. Well, you only need one Seraph Knight, and with Battles of Legends / Shadows in Valhalla, all those sets like that, there's going to be a lot of pulls, but Seraph Knight being in Shadows in Valhalla, a widely open set for Ash Blossom, a widely open set for the Invoked, Secret Rare Link Monster, Alistair. Seraph Knight is just not going to spike up out of the blue, whereas something that's being bought in 3 ofs naturally off the market would. So I think Seraph Knight's going to take a long time before we see an increase towards even like $2. And the other variants are still there. What's the dual terminal even at? Not terrible. But again, I think it's going to be a long time before we see that go up. And the proof will probably have to be in the pudding. It'll have to be topping events consistently, I think, for Seraph Knight to join Brilliant Fusion in that spike. But thanks for watching today's Market Watch. Thanks for putting up with me and these PSAs at the start of Market Watch and having the conversation with the channel. I know not all of you care for it, but I do appreciate those of you who do. And I always want to be open with you guys. So if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you enjoyed the conversation, do that also. Subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know your thoughts on some of these cards. The Blue Eye stuff, is that just, you know, a little crazy to see this? Maybe that could be in there. It's so unlikely, but maybe that could be in there. What do you guys want to see in that set? And same with Heroes versus, say, our Legendary decks. Should these be this stable? Should these be up this high? Or do you think a lot of this is going to get slammed in there too? I have a lot of people saying yes, a lot of people saying no. I want to hear specific reasons why in your conversations. Thanks for watching once again. You guys make my day. And by the way, Bachelor Party stream 21st, 7 p.m. Central. It's going to be lit. We're going to be moving to Twitch only after a certain amount on the stream. So be ready. It's going to be a wild night. I'm getting married on the 22nd, boys. Same day as the 200th.